Yo, what is up, YouTube? Welcome back to a brand new upload. Today's upload, we're going to be talking about Marathon. This is the first ever time I'm kind of doing a review on a game. So, without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. This is my honest review on Marathon so far. I've actually been enjoying the game. The game actually hasn't been that bad. Before the game's release, I never got to play any of the prior playtests, but with the first initial trailers and first gameplay I was watching, I was very 50-50 about the game. I didn't really like the graphics, the art style, but during this server slam, day one, the game has grown on me. Day one, I didn't really like the gameplay too much. I found the game very slow, but the devs, they made a few updates. They made it where they spawned in, I think they added a few more players and teams into each of the maps, and the PvP experience has gotten a lot better. So that's one. I know the devs were saying in the Discord that a big reason why people weren't coming across other players also was because a lot of teams and players were dying to the NPCs. So that kind of hinders the gameplay, obviously. I hear a lot of people complaining that the NPCs are too hard, which they are hard, but I don't find it too much of an issue. I mean, maybe they should lower the health on certain bosses, but also it's kind of a gray area because that's how you get your higher tier weapons is through the NPC. Each time they respawn and each time you kill them and wipe out the area, they end up dropping higher tier weapons. So I don't know what they're going to do with that. I didn't really have too big of an issue, especially if you have shells and if you do play with the team, you guys can kind of coordinate together a little bit properly. I know some bosses are a little bit of a bullet sponge, so when the game does fully release, I wonder what they're going to do with that exactly. So, and also I hear a lot of people complaining about the UI. The UI, honestly, I don't really care for as long as I can navigate through it and I know what I'm doing. I don't really mind too much. So the UI, it's not that big of an issue. I wonder if you can, which I couldn't see in the settings, I wanted to be able to adjust my cursor sensitivity in the main lobby, which I don't know if you were able to do or not. Gunplay actually feels really pretty good when you're in gunfights. I know people are complaining about the TTK in this game, which it is very fast, but I don't know if this is the direction they're going, but you get very punished for making bad plays. If that makes sense. Some of the gunfights, they do feel a little bit un-50-50. Like some of the guns I think do need a little bit more balancing, but all in all, I think the game hasn't been a total failure. I think there's a lot of room to improve, and people are also trying to compare it to Ark, which I kind of don't really get the comparison. I know they're both extraction shooters, but the way you grind for loot in this game is very different than Ark. Ark, you run into buildings, you try, and you end up finding higher tier loot in these in the map locations. This game is very different. You have to kill the NPCs to get the higher tier loot, or you PvP and hopefully a player has better loot. But yeah, I don't know. There's very 50-50 right now. All in all, I've actually kind of enjoyed Marathon more than I did Ark. When I first started playing Ark, I honestly didn't really gravitate towards me right away. After, you know, giving the game more of a chance, playing it for like a week, then I actually started to enjoy the game. But with this, you know, day one, I was enjoying the game, but I wasn't like very in dire need to be playing it. But after day two, once I've already played the game long enough, I kind of already knew what to pick up. So day two, the game was even more enjoyable. I noticed, because after the first day, that's when they did update the lobbies to have more. I think they added more players into the game, and you actually came across more people, which was honestly benefited the game. I don't know what they're going to do in the game. I know the server sign was basically the end result, but I know that they're going to be making adjustments, which I'd have no clue what they're going to be doing yet. But yeah, I don't know. I'm actually kind of excited for the game's release to check out the other maps. I will be playing Marathon. It is a Bungie game, and I really do want to give the game the benefit of the doubt. And I actually am going to be playing it. So the game hasn't been terrible. Like I said, I feel like there is a lot of room to improve. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are writing off the game a little bit too early, because even people's reactions to Arc Raiders were the same thing. A lot of people were playing it. They had all these negative things to say about the game. And look at where the game is today. The game is doing very well. I feel like for a new game, people are quick to shit on games before they actually have given it a try. Like a lot of people said they played the game for an hour and they weren't playing anymore. I guess that's up to them. That's their opinion. They have like their own style of how they want to play and how they perceive games, which is totally fine. But yeah, I don't know. The game hasn't been that bad for me. I've actually enjoyed it, you know, especially after the first day you weren't able to play in the lobby with your friends. You couldn't communicate in the game chat, because I have friends that are also on different consoles. So they fixed that with day 2. Day 2, you're able to talk in game chat. Proximity chat was working. So yeah, I don't know. I'm very excited to see where the game kind of goes from here, and I really hope the game does succeed, because the game is actually pretty enjoyable. And the graphics of the game, I was very iffy about it. It is very like jumping in your face with all the colors, but it's actually not too bad. Like, I've actually enjoyed the graphics of the game so far. It's kind of grown on me after playing the game for a little bit now. Also, another thing I wanted to touch up on was one of the new features in this game was once you die, you're not fully out of the game. Like once someone does their finisher on you or your teammate, you're able to still revive them. You don't need a specific shell to revive. So, which was also really nice to know that you were still able to continue your fight even after a player has fully killed you. Also, another thing that I wanted to touch upon before we end this video here was I do see a lot of players complaining about the PvP experience, that a lot of people are out to get you. I kind of felt like it was going to be like that going into the game, just because this game is also a first-person shooter, which caters very heavily to Call of Duty, Battlefield, Halo, all these FPS games that people like to kill other players. So I actually do like that the game is more like, I'm a PvP player in any game. I like to get kills. So I think this game will cater more to the PvP players, but also nobody knows how the matchmaking system works. Who knows if it'll be like something like Arc, you know, you don't really shoot players. Maybe you'll get put into lobbies that have more PvE players, I guess. And you know, right now the solo players, a lot of people find it hard with the computer being very difficult. But who knows how the matchmaking will be on full launch. Maybe we'll have a better understanding of what lobbies you kind of get put into. So yeah, guys, once Marathon fully releases, I will be buying the game and definitely giving it a second try. I really do like the gunfights. When you kill teams, it's very satisfying to win. Maybe they do tweak the UI a little bit. I'm not too sure. Maybe they do fix the aggression of the NPCs, or maybe they do slightly adjust the difficulty. But all in all, I think the game wasn't horrible. I think there's a little bit room to improve, but the game was fun. I did have fun playing with my friends. A lot of my friends did enjoy it as well. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. This is my honest review of Marathon. If you guys did enjoy the video, please like, comment, subscribe. This was the first time I have ever made a review video on a game. Also, comment down below on your guys' thoughts and opinions on the game. If you guys are excited, if there's things you guys want to see changed. And without further ado, I'll catch you guys in the next upload.